Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Open Mic. This is, I don't know, second, third episode of this year. I'm your host, Ramzi Cheety. I'm a psychic medium, and my co-host, Tanys Coughlan. I'll pass the mic to her. Hey.
I'm Tanys Coughlan. I am the founder of Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. Yeah, we do stuff, don't we? And we're going to talk about some of that stuff.
And we're actually, not only the stuff that we're doing, we're attracting a great set of people along the way. One of them is my great friend. I'm proud to call him a friend. I've known him since 2020. We connected through, of course, Facebook. COVID didn't allow us to connect in any other way back then. And over the years, I've seen him expand his gifts and his knowledge. And he has now multiple events that are hosted on Facebook, one in English and one in Spanish, which is awesome. He connects with the Spanish-speaking countries all the way down to Brazil and from the European side also. And of course, the English-speaking, which is us. So I connected with him in 2020 and done a few things along the way with him. I saw myself expand my psychic mediumship also. And here we are today, and we have now Open Mic. Open Mic is a voice of mediumship and spirituality. We've been doing that for now, I think, close to 3 years, Tanys and I. My God, time flies. It really flies. And we're very happy to have you over, Ishmael. I'll pass the mic on to you. You can introduce yourself to our listeners. Don't listen to what I said. Listen to what he's gonna say.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ishmael Rodriguez, and yes, I'm a quantum healer, and I also speak light languages. Brother Ramzi says, I'm running 2 groups since 2019. In November 2019, I got activated my light languages, and only 1 week after, I felt guided to start the groups in public. Everything started really in 2012 because I got really sick. And from that illness, I started my awakening, and I started having dreams with Archangel Uriel, and doctors couldn't find reasons of why I was suffering that immune system illness, and it was through dreaming and instructions and directions that I was receiving from Archangel Uriel, how I got healed. From 2012 until 2015 was the process of healing. From 2015 to 2018 was the process of training in holistic medicine. And then I started my groups in 2019 with the light languages groups. So far, we've been running 172 weeks in English and 152 weeks in Spanish. And we do this internationally. And yeah, the light languages are there assisting many people to understand and discern and interpret what our heart chakra is trying to tell us, and transcend what is the programming from the mind that we've been receiving over the years, and reconnecting us to our true spirit so that we can remember who we truly are. Yeah, this is, the groups are on Friday, the English ones, and on Sundays, the Spanish ones, and everybody's welcome, of course, to join us. Sometimes I will speak light languages. I mentioned this to Sister Tani and Brother Ramzi. but this is the way it is. The light languages are already connecting or interlaced with the English or with the Spanish, and this is also developing some sort of telepathy when I'm talking with a brother or a sister who is also in a very high frequency, which is, I believe, the path that we are all heading into, communicating more with the heart and telepathy, and otherwise that we haven't been accepting for a long time. Hiawatha. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, do you have?
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a bit about, we had on the show last year a person from the US who came and explained light languages to us and gave us some examples. She channeled something. Would you be able to explain how or what light languages is to you and to the groups that you host?
To me, light languages, in the way I experience them with my brothers and sisters, also the ones who, some of them, the people who come to the groups are also light languages speakers. So we share a lot of reflection on each other, and we sort of talk about how do you experience them, how do you see them, and we come in common to many interpretations, and what we feel is that we have the capacity as a receptor, as a channel, to tap into a frequency. Often it's a frequency from another light being or an aspect of ourselves. In my case, is connecting to aspects of myself. Some other people do it connecting to other beings that are sort of external to them, even though I don't believe that anything is external, because I think we are all one, truly. But the thing is, to me, is a frequency that when you allow to come through you, raises your vibration a lot, and anything else that you do spiritually becomes much more easy, much easier, just because you raise that frequency. But yes, it's more like if you are dialing a radio station and you just tap with that frequency that connects with an aspect of yourself that is capable to exchange energy or information that that aspect of yourself is experiencing in another dimension. So you start getting insight, let's say information for us to understand better why we are here, why life is the way it is, things like that. Basically, it's like any channeling, any other channeling. Every channel, what I just said is it applies to every kind of channeling. It's just another frequency, maybe a task that some of us have to do here on Earth. Some are bringing more like concentrate information, like our brother Dari Lanka Bashar, and some other people are bringing other types of information. In our case, is light languages. Why? Because they are a tool that can support the channeling and any other ability in another person. So let's say that someone is meant to develop or expand the healing abilities in his hands or her hands. And so when you express the light languages, naturally that love goes to that area of the system of that person and stimulate and activate that ability. So these abilities, I believe that they are always alive, only like sleep within us. And then the light languages, they work like an stimuli to wake them up, to wake up that gift that you might have or that you might bring to the wall at some point. So they are really like a tool helping humanity. Yeah, and it's so lovely. It's so lovely. It's just so pleasant when you let the love flow. I do feel it also when I'm trans-channeling, but I will say that the light language channeling is even more effortless. It's like it drains less energy from your system. For example, when I'm channeling an Arthurian entity or an angelic entity, after the trans channeling, if I have been channeling maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, later on my body needs to be put at rest. I need to rest. I also have a pyramid like our sister Tanys, and I sleep within that pyramid. That there is where it's like my incubator. It's like I just become a very vulnerable baby, and I just rest there to just recover from all these trans channeling experiences. So when I'm channeling an archangel or an Arthurian or a Lyran, yeah, I feel really, really drained afterward, very tired. But yeah, when I'm channeling light languages, it's not like that. It goes in. It's like at the same time that you are giving and providing, you are being recharged. So it's simultaneously something very magical is happening, because it happens to you the contrary. Instead of feeling tired after the channeling, you feel more energetic. And some people, when they get in contact for the first time with the light languages, they just cannot sleep maybe that night until their system get used to it, because it's a lot of energy. Just before we started, we were having issues with the connection, and you see, as we continue, everything became better. These things is the magic. It's the magic of what we are capable to create with everything we do. Are our guides intervening in this for this to happen? Of course, yes. All the guides from Ramzi, all the guides from Tanys, and all my guides are co-creating here. That's for sure. And I'm so thankful that it's running now. Well, so yeah. To me, light languages are frequencies. Frequencies, just as any other energy, love. I feel them very, very concentrated in a very high level of love. And when they got activated, it was whilst I was dreaming. I was asleep. It was 3:33 when I woke up, exactly 3:33, because it was the first thing I did to look up the clock, the alarm clock that I had next to my bed. And I was like, wow, what's going on? What's going on? And my mouth was talking another language that I didn't know why I was speaking that light language. At the time, yeah, I knew that they were light languages, because since 2012, I was aware of them. And I was attending to webinars where people were talking light languages, and I knew I could speak them. But like everything else, when we try hard to develop something, in spirituality doesn't work in the same way like in 3D. When you try too hard, things don't work out. When you surrender, things start flowing. So since 2012 until 2019, I was trying very hard to speak the light languages. And when it was really when I forgot about them, when I didn't wanted to know anything about them anymore, when that happened to me. I woke up 3:33, I was talking another language. I woke up by coming into the awareness that my mouth was talking another language, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening. So at that time, everybody here in UK, all my friends in UK, they were asleep. The people in Spain, they were also sleeping. So I didn't know who to talk to. And so I started sending voice messages to my friends in Australia. And suddenly I started receiving answers, replies from them saying that the migraine was gone, that the pain in the legs were gone. They were asking me very excited, what is that? How do you do it? And things like that. Obviously, at the time, I didn't know why that was even happening to me. But yeah, since then, yeah, it has been like an honor to be bringing them to the planet and also helping other brothers and sisters to activate them. Because when the people come to the events, they if they are meant to be light languages speakers, the gift get activated. Like I said before, if something is meant to happen to you, they facilitate that to happen. That you want that to happen.
Absolutely, they do. We sign up for it before we come down.
No, I get what you're saying. When you're forcing something, it never happens, ever. The day that you let it go, it comes in 100 times stronger, actually. And I can easily relate to that, and a lot of people, I'm sure, they can relate to the same thing. And you took it onto yourself to bring it out to everyone by having all these events on a weekly basis. And your events end close to midnight or 1 a.m. on UK time. I remember that. I remember that. So that's like huge dedication to be able to do that. And actually, myself included, I thank you for all the work that you've done. Although I was never able to activate the light language, never spoke it, but I was able to see exactly, well, you remember, I was able to see exactly what everybody was talking about. Like when someone comes to the event and they channel that, whatever it is, they're sitting there and I can see the language in a form of pictures, and a story comes out, and then I pass it on. It was amazing. So I guess it helped me evolve my psychic or some kind of an ability to be able to see rather than to speak.
That's very cool. So we should maybe do that at one point.
Yes.
We should have him do some light language and you can interpret.
Oh, of course. We'll definitely do that. But also I would like to talk about the healing modality that you do, which is part of Dolores Cannon, what do you call that? Hypnosis. Which I did myself take a session with you. And I remember it to be profound. I don't remember everything about it. I don't know why I never went back to the tape to listen to all of it, but I remember it to be profound. and it changed something within me.
Mm.
And I go, when the time is right, I will listen to it again, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. I know I have saved the video. So do tell us a bit about that that healing modality that you do. I find it interesting. I find it actually phenomenal, not interesting.
Sounds awesome. I love Dolores Cannon. So,
Yes.
and I'm sure that you've brought your own flair to it as well. So,
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, the Dolores Cannon, she came in the third session I did. I did this session to my cousin Estefania in Spain, and Dolores Cannon, she came through because I was having this issue or confrontation with the reality, because the QHHT sessions, they are not meant to be online. The academy says so, but in reality, I didn't understand why that was said that way, or why they created that rule. So I was having from the very beginning like a rebel confrontation to that reality from what I was learning and what I was receiving from the academy. So apparently everything is listening and observing what as we do things in life, and she just came to help. I didn't invoke her. I didn't speak about this problem to my cousin Estefania. I didn't say anything to her about the issue I was having inside, but she just popped in. She used the body of my cousin Estefania, and she started talking through her. I was feeling goosebumps all over my body because I never before had an experience talking to spirit, not through me, not through anyone. I always had a lot of respect towards all the world. So when she started saying, I am Dolores Cannon, everything is recorded. I have it there in my archives, and even if the academy at some point asked me, why do you do the sessions online? I will always have that video to send it to them, because they have interpreters in Spanish. The academy is run everywhere around the world, so they don't have any issue about understanding the Spanish language if they need to see that video. The thing is that she said to me, I know that you are in trouble. I know that you are feeling uneven with practicing my technique. And I say, yeah, because I don't see the point. If it's something is quantum, why running a session in internet can be an issue? And so she say, the reason why is because whilst I was alive, I didn't have much knowledge in technology. And when I started becoming more famous around the world, I had someone to do all the technology part for me. So that's why I didn't test the technique in people doing the sessions online. And that's why I wrote down that sort of policy. In the session, I say, well, I totally disagree with that view, and I told her what my thoughts were and are, still are, of course, and I've been proving this over the years, and yeah, she said, the thing is that you are ready to do them online, and that's why I came. Did you call on me? Did you ask for me? And I say no. I say I came to heal and to support you in your path, because I will be here next to you in every session. So that was like sort of a confirmation that what I was feeling was in good alignment with what I was experiencing, and also her presence to tell me that she was going to be next to me, assisting me. Spirits, they don't need to be in one place, and then if they are here with you, they are going to miss an appointment with someone else. In quantum, they can be omnipresent in many places at once. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean that Dolores Cannon is always with me, assisting me all the time and only me. No, she's obviously helping so many people who is doing this technique. So the foundation is that I started doing the QHHT level 1 and level 2. And from there, I started adding all the things that I was channeling, including the light languages. So I do a combination of trance channeling during the session. When I did this session to Brother Ramzi, was in the, let's say, more like in the beginning. Things have changed a lot since then, because this is what happens to us. We keep going, we keep expanding, and we keep adding things that resonate with what you are doing. So if the results show a lot of goodness and improvement, and you feel like the things resonating in doing things that way, yes, just go for it. And if you are worried, maybe try with someone that you know first. But if something is resonating in your heart and you've been experiencing that over the years, just keep trusting that, because it's the way. It's just the way. Each of us, we have our unique ways. I do believe that they are universal laws that apply to everyone, but I also feel that there are certain things that are so unique to each of us, and they are supposed to work only for you. So that's why comparison can be positive, but at the same time can be very negative. And I always ask people to just follow your heart, follow your compass, follow who you are. Don't keep, take the things that resonate with you, but don't take like everything must resonate with you. So some people might feel very attracted to the light languages, and they say, hey, I want to do that. I really want in a couple of years to start doing that. I just want to do what you do. I used to do that when I was watching Bashar for the first time. I just wanted to be like him. And it was my idol, and it still is like a very important coordinator in my
until he unfreezes. He brought up a couple of good points, which is trust. Trust is a key thing in everything that we do. And not only if it was mediumship, but also psychic, other types of healing, all kinds of modalities. You have to trust. And follow your heart. Follow what actually resonates with you.
Well, and I think he's also brought up the point about how each person has their own unique blend, which I absolutely agree. Like, we talk about having competition in this type of industry, but there's really no reason to feel competitive, because everybody brings their unique toolbox to the situation, right? And like you were saying, it's he's back. So like you were saying, Ishmael, it's really your unique gifts that you bring to each of the modalities are what make it special. And we have to see if people resonate with you. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to resonate with somebody, and then you know that it's right. And that's that feeling into it with the heart and just knowing. that's the person to do the healing, right?
Yes, and the existence of competitiveness between light workers is to me the most contradictive thing that I can experience, because, and I see that a lot, and I feel a lot of sadness, because that tells me that the light workers, the light worker who is being competitive is missing the whole point. Is missing the whole point, because we are complementary to each other. We complement each other. We are here as a macroorganism, co-creating. It's like we are part of every cell in the body, no? It's like if Tanys is a red cell, Brother Ramzi is a white cell, and I am a bone cell. And in the bone, I'm doing my job, and Tanys in the circulatory system is doing her job. Ramzi is doing in the spinal cord his job. So everybody is working for the same whole system. And so competitiveness, oh my God, is something that it makes me feel something very weird here inside in the solar plexus every time I come across with people who might come to the group like wanting to show up or to show off, and suddenly they realize that that is not their place. We don't even need to say anything. They just realize that they are not, the people in the group are not following that frequency. So they don't feel comfortable in that environment. So by themselves, they leave the group. We don't need to even say anything. It's natural. It's natural frequency interacting with each other. And sometimes we get upset. Sometimes we get, if you are running, or if someone is running a group or an event, do not get upset. Just be yourself authentically, and things will be put in order naturally, for sure, for sure. If it doesn't happen the first day, it will happen the second or the third. But usually on the third day, the person gets the message, for sure. Yeah, so yeah, everything is very unique for each of us, and we need to honor, we really need to honor our gifts, instead of saying, well, I saw Tanys before, and she was channeling, and her channeling is better than mine. So from the moment I do that, I am neglecting myself from being connected to Source. I'm neglecting myself from accepting the uniqueness and the beauty that I am, and the divinity part that I am. And so the same thing applies to everyone. Please just honor whatever you are. And if you are in a period of your life that your gifts are not activated, also honor that period whilst the gifts are not activated, because something is happening inside you, something is changing inside you, and always is for, at some point you will harvest the goodness of being disconnected for a while. I remember this time when my cousin Naida, the lady who was mentioning, Brother Ramzi, who has this ability to interpret the light languages and also to channel drawings that are portals. So she listened to the light languages, and suddenly she gets in trance and she interprets what the light languages are bringing as codes, as drawings, or sometimes just messages, long paragraphs of messages that she's capable intuitively to understand. So there was a time that my cousin and I, we call each other and we say, Naida, for some reason, I'm feeling myself totally disconnected. I'm feeling like something is not right. I was interpreting that as something not right at the time, but that was the learning experience for me and for her, because we always reflect in each other. Everything that happens to us is like a soulmate. But she's my cousin. Yeah, your soulmate can be your sister. Your soulmate can be anyone, really. So she said to me, interestingly enough, I also feel disconnected. Did this happen 2 days ago? And I say, yeah, it happened to me 2 days ago as well. So, and I say, why we don't do a quantum session, a quantum hypnosis session, and we find out from the spirits or from the light beings what's going on. So I put my cousin in the hypnosis state, and then I connected to her higher self, and I asked the question why we feel disconnected, and the answer we received is that we are meant to go as a collective, evolving together. So let's say that we are like a sphere like this, and some of us, we have this gift activated, and sometimes by nature we try to go a little bit faster than the whole sphere. We try to go like more advanced, or to undertake more responsibility and all. So what the higher self says is that we needed to put you in pause mode, because you were evolving very fast, and you shouldn't forget that you are part of a whole system, and so you need to don't go too far from the sphere. You should be closer to the sphere, just in case you need to assist at any point or at any moment the sphere. So for a while you will be in a standby mode. So this can happen as well. And if it happens to you, don't feel weird, don't feel that something is wrong with you, because sometimes we are in a standby mode just for a good reason that might come later on, or just because we need to also wait for the whole body to recover, like coming back to this metaphoric example of being a macroorganism together. So you cannot go as a cell out of the organism. You need to be somehow also with the collective, and respecting the pace of the collective consciousness in the way that is awakening. So that can happen, and that might make us feel like something is wrong, or I might be attacked by an entity. What I will tell to everyone is to resonate in light, be always positive, and you don't have to worry about anything. Because if there is a protection that you can use, is to raise your vibration constantly. That is the best way of protecting yourself. If you want to call on Archangel Michael or any other entity, yeah, you can do. But never forget that you have the power to protect yourself. Because this happens a lot, that we rely in other beings. And for a while, that has been useful and very helpful. But they are also telling us that we need to empower ourselves, that we need to do it by ourselves. They don't want us to be always dependent in other light beings, because we are as powerful. We are as powerful. And this might sound arrogant, but it's not arrogant. I'm saying this with zero ego. We are as powerful as archangels. We are as powerful as... And the easiest way to explain this is that if you receive and you understand that you are one and you are everything, why you are going to be any less than the everything and the oneness? So if we understand this, which is so simple, why we feel like we are to accept that we are so powerful? Why we feel like if Ishmael is saying maybe what he's saying, he might be very high, like in his head, thinking that he's more powerful than others. No, I'm not saying that I'm more powerful than others. I'm saying that I am part of you. It's different. It's different. And that is very important to integrate it. It's very important to integrate it, to be at peace. And when we are at peace, we allow the love, the divine love really manifest. And we don't have to compete with anyone. Everything comes when it's meant to come. We get in a synchronicity, which is divine, and things happen when they are meant to happen. So just like Brother Ramzi said before, I didn't watch the video. I didn't watch the video of the session, but he knows inside that wasn't the time to watch that video. And this happens a lot. There are people who come to have a session with me, and for 3 years haven't seen the video. And then 3 years later, they send me an email saying, "Oh my God, do you remember the session you did to me? This session is actually happening. What that session was saying is happening to me now." And this is because we live in a timeless existence. Time is an illusion. So whether that video came before, well, you had the information there already. It was already provided, but it wasn't meant to be seen yet by yourself. And then that's why we need to follow that compass inside, because I don't take it like, "Oh, Brother Ramzi, what, you didn't behave well because you didn't see the video." No, I cannot take it that way. I understand that he will feel it. He will feel it. He will know when it's meant to be seen. And that
divine timing. Divine timing.
Totally.
It's 3:33 in Canada right now, and I just wanted to.
Yeah.
and none of us stopped you to ask a question. You've been channeling all this for the past, I don't know, half an hour or so, and we didn't want to interrupt. It was beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you brought up a lot of things, and one of them is well, we talked about trust before, and believing in yourself as another one. We always tend to project other people's greatness and the lack of ours for some reason. I guess it's a human trait that we need to move out of and realize our strength, our goodness of who we are, and just kind of flow with everything that is moving around us, and not to have to interfere with the divine plan, because the plan is there. Of course, we can inquire, and not inquire, but inquisit and try to find things here and there, because that's the human brain that wants to acquire knowledge and figure out what things are happening. Allow that to happen, but flow with it at the same time. That will make things move in the right direction, and be grateful for whatever you have at this moment, because that's what you are meant to have today. So, like your example of running away from the sphere, not running away, but moving faster than the sphere. It just kind of pulls you back, not because you're bad, not because you did anything good. It's just because you have to be at a certain distance, and for your evolution from a soul perspective, and your evolution from a human perspective, so that you don't get lost within this whole, what do you want to call it? Oh, I just lost my chain of thought. So you got lost in this, it's not even enough. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
He's got a lot of people talking to him, folks. It's okay.
But you get lost, so it keeps you connected, and we need to be connected. We need to be connected to the collective. We need to be connected to ourselves, and especially we need to be connected to people who are connected and are able to express that connection out to everyone. And that's why we're here, and that's why we have the show, Tanys and I, and Tanys has another show also, Twillow Lifestyle, Twillow Talk.
Twillow Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing you brought up is how the sometimes you worry when your gifts are not there. I found for myself, I realized that every time I got an attunement, or every time I had like what you might call an up-leveling, in terms of, so you clear stuff out and you can let more in. Every time I had something like that, my body had a processing time. So it had an integration time. And I kept thinking I'd lost all my gifts, but it was just that my body needed to not be quite as connected in order to integrate the new energy within the actual body, the physical body. So I totally get what you're saying where that's concerned, right? It's all divinely guided. So
that also happens, and that's why trust is a must be in every moment you live, because even if you are going through the hardest storm or the most dangerous storm that seemingly look like the worst storm in your life, trust because it's just a storm. It's just a storm, and it will go, and the light will be once you go through it, and once everything dissipate. But yes, channeling also will give you times when you feel like you cannot channel for a while, because you are also integrating, because we are not just channeling for people, we are channeling for ourselves also. We are downloading information for our DNA to change, for our system to adapt to the transformation frequencies that we are experiencing on Earth. Everything is changing. Our animals are changing. Everything, the plants are changing. Everything is getting into a different frequency. So we need to also take into consideration that, yeah, we need time to integrate. We need time of peace to integrate. We need to be patient with ourselves. That's the first thing in the process. That is a process. It's a process, and the most interesting thing is that process was something that you chose before you came. So why you are going to be against it? Why you are going to be resisting it? Just trust, because if you look backwards, when you look backwards in your life, you can see that. You can see that phenomenon. You can see the phenomena of everything happened so perfect. So why we tend to forget that what is happening in this present time is perfect as well? Why wouldn't be perfect as every event that happened before? Everything is perfect, really perfect. Maybe we look for other aspects of perfection, and that happens when we also in lifetimes where the experience as being an Arcturian, or the experience as being a Lyran or any other angelic being or light being is different. So sometimes we have memories from being that light being. Also, when you are a channeler, it's more likely that you have these memories very often. So sometimes this gets mixed up with the path that you are walking here on Earth. And sometimes we feel like, why this is not happening in the sense of perfection that I feel. Sometimes that sense of perfection comes from another aspect of yourself, not from the human aspect of yourself having the experience here. So that's something that we need to also be aware. If we open channels, if we become portals, we can get the feeling of how is to be, or the memories of how do you feel being an Arcturian or a Lyran or an angelic being. These beings, they have the ability to manifest anything instantly. Here on Earth, we need to wait months. When I ask in a session,
isn't it frustrating?
when is Laura going to get this thing in the future? When is she going to get something? Because she might come to the session asking for something. And then they say very soon. And when they say soon, for them might mean years here on earth. Yeah. And many of us in this awakening, we are interlinking experiences from other aspects of ourselves. So sometimes we get very confused in the way of understanding this timeline, the human timeline, because we have that feeling of, why, if I know that this will be the right thing now to happen to me in my life, or for my cousin, or for my brother, or for my sister, why this is not happening to them? Well, just because here there is another, let's say, harmony, divine structure, divine harmony, divine, there is a creation here that we are doing all together. So it's not going to happen instantly the same way as when you were an angel, that you were just processing something and manifesting, or when you were an Arthurian, that we had that ability to even shape shift. Yes, just change our our body in different states. So as we have these memories very close to our hearts and to our awareness, sometimes we mix them with the experience of being human here. And here, things might take longer. Yeah. But be patient, because they will happen. If you keep that vibration alive inside, things will happen. If you give up, your vibration is going to go low, and it's very likely that these things won't happen. That's why it's so important. That's why they say visualize what you want to see in the future. Visualize yourself as if you were having abundance. Why they tell you that? For you to keep the vibration high and to don't give up. Because if you give up is when you lower your vibration. So it's so important to be every day, even if you are going through the storm, to understand that there is a divine plan. There is and you are part of it. You are not a part of it, excluded, like separated. You are the plan. You are the plan. So honor every brother, honor every sister, honor their gifts. Don't compare yourself with them. Just trust that what you got is what you are meant to have. And that will take you to beautiful places if you really follow that trust inside. Yeah, definitely. They always remind us to bring the joy, the child. Don't you have more the feeling that the body is aging, but your whole soul is still the same child? Because mine is the same child like before. It's just the body changes, and you say, what? What's going on?
What's going on with this?
What's going on with this?
This didn't happen last lifetime. What's happening now? Oh yeah, that human experience.
That's the human experience. But knowing that is to, I take it more like a proof that we never stop being the child. And if we never stop being the child, why we stop having fun? Why people don't have more gatherings like this one, where they just meet each other without what I'm going to say, or what is gonna think Brother Ramzi about me, or Sister Tanys about me. Is she gonna think that or that or that? If you fall into those traps, that's it. The magic doesn't happen. But if we bring the child and we let spontaneously everything comes out, and be ourselves authentically, magic really happens, because we have so much magic inside. We have so much magic. We just don't know yet how to fully manifest it outside. But you know, I mean, you
Yeah,
have...
absolutely. We have magic.
We have magic.
We all have our own unique magic.
There's
right?
there's a Disney cartoon called Encanto. I don't know if you...
Oh, I love that one.
I love it. I love it. And every child at a certain age, abuela will come and take them to the door to get their gift.
Yes.
One of them
Yes.
doesn't get the gift, and she gets like also frustrated that she's not part of the family. She doesn't have the strength or the flowery thing or whatever. And at the end, her power is to connect all of them together and rebuild it from the ground up. Her power was stronger than all of them, but she did not believe in herself because she didn't get the power, and she was doing all other stuff. I love this cartoon. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's a perfect example to what you've said earlier, Ismail, which is awesome. And I know we're getting to the end of our show now. I believe it's almost an hour. We're recording today on Zoom because the energies were so strong that we couldn't use the other platform. It was breaking. So just to recap it, we're gonna put your link on Facebook so that people can connect with you and attend those wonderful events that you host for light languages. If they are in Spanish or in English, whichever preference they have, they can connect with that. And I actually urge people to connect because it's really, really wonderful. I actually found a tribe when I connected, and I'm still connected even if I don't go. It's been a while since I attended, but I'm still connected with that tribe, and I feel I'm part of it. Even if I'm not there, I still get the energies from those events that are happening. It's amazing when you have a tribe and you're running with them, and I really, really appreciate that. And if anybody wants to do quantum healing, you can also connect with Ismail. You can find his coordinates at the bottom somewhere. We'll put it in, and you can connect with him and see what he does, because he can do a lot of stuff. I
He
can't.
does stuff too.
And from our end here, Tanys is also a medium, a channeler. She's a Reiki healer and some other stuff. She has a school right now. It's called I'll let you talk a bit about the school.
Twillow Lifestyle Academy. Yeah. So we have there are 7 teachers working with the school, and we're just super excited to have everybody bringing all of their gifts, putting them all together and putting them out there in whatever way we all feel drawn to do it. So yeah, so that's kind of what we do, right? We're healers, we're channels, we're all of those things in our own beautiful mix and toolbox.
Absolutely. And I also have collected a few things along the way, other than the precious friendship that I connected with all of you. I also have I do psychic mediumship, and we have a 10 months what do you call it? I don't want to say that it's a class, but it's a gathering. It's a 10-month gathering that I'm co-hosting with someone in Ireland. We connected last year. We started to do that, and this year we're doing. It's called the Spirit Cafe for 10 months. Started in February, so it's an amazing year this year, 2024. It's an 8 year, which is an infinity. It's very powerful. So I'm looking forward to this whole year, and I really appreciate you coming to our show. Really appreciate it. I know it happened kind of slow and fast, but it all happened at the right time, like you've been saying.
Divine timing.
That's all. And thank you very much from the Twillow Lifestyle, from myself, from Open Mic. Thank you very much for joining us.